We're here today at Kitsilano Beach. Kitsilano Beach is a bit of a volleyball mecca for Vancouverites and tourists alike. In my opinion, it's one of the best beach volleyballs in Vancouver. The sand is amazing, it's quite deep, and recently City of Vancouver dumped 2 loads of sand here. The first one was, I think it was an older recycled sand, and then the second one was a really nice fine sand. So it made all the courts here nice and deep and very powdery when you play here. Here at Kits Beach, there are a total of 14 volleyball courts. You have to bring your own net, you have to bring your own lines, and you have to bring your own volleyball. Now, with exception, there are 5 volleyball nets over at the lifeguard station by the bathroom, and in order for you to get the volleyball nets from the lifeguard station, all you need to do is bring an ID with you. If you're an international visiting, it could be any ID, it could be any foreign ID if you like. That will work as well. You can, I think it's unlimited, you can get the net unlimited time. There's no like time limit. They have 5 only, so you go there, get the net, you can set up and hang it. The only thing is they don't have lines, they don't have volleyball lines, so you just kind of mark the boundaries with your feet. So if you're playing 2-on-2, it's 8 paces or 8 meters on each side, so 8 by 8 by 8, and then also on the other side 8 by 8 by 8 meters. If you're playing 6s, then it's 9 meters or 9 paces, so it's 9 by 9 by 9, 9 by 9 by 9. Now there are 14 volleyball nets here, and what happens in the summer, it gets quite busy here. So there are some kind of court courtesy rules here. If your crew is not here, then technically you're not supposed to hold the courts. You know, if you set up your net and no one's playing on it, technically you're not supposed to kind of just stand by the court, especially if people are waiting to play. This is a bit of a sensitive topic, so you know, there's 14 courts here. It rarely happens that we're kind of starving for courts. Usually it's pretty friendly, you make friends here, and you know, people let you play on their court if it's not being used, and when they want to use it, they'll just ask if they can take the court back. There are also some rules here. It's on each of the posts. There are rules, something along the lines of if all the courts are taken, then you have to accept a challenge. So if someone can come up to you and say, "Hey, can we challenge your court?" and the rule says that you have to accept the first challenge. I'll post in a little bit here. The nice thing about Kitsilano as well is you have a lot of street parking here. There's a lot of free street parking in the area, so you'll be able to find some really good street parking here. If the street parking is full over there, then around the neighborhood you can find a lot of street parking. Now they're usually 2 hours, up until 6 o'clock I think. Beware, make sure you park at the 2-hour parking, because some of them are residents only parking. So be very careful. You will get ticketed, or you may even get towed if you park in one of these residents only parking. Also, they have a nice grass area here, so you can have barbecues here. You can also set up grass volleyball if you want, throw the frisbee around, football, soccer, if you like here. There's also a kids playground on this side right here, which is really nice. You know, you got kids, bring them out here, have a barbecue, play some volleyball, and the kids will have a blast. They just renovated the kids playground a few years ago, so it's quite new, very modern. Also here they have basketball courts here, so if you're into basketball courts, you could definitely play basketball over there. Also, if you're into tennis, they have tennis courts on the other side here. There's also kayak rentals over here, stand-up paddle boards. So there's a whole host of activities here. You can also swim at the kids swimming pool. Kids swimming pool is I believe it's one of the largest. I believe it is the largest saltwater pool. And this pool is 25 degrees. The water is heated. Also, because it's salt water, it doesn't require chlorine to clean the water. So if you are this type of person that is sensitive to chlorine, well, this is a swimming pool for you. Also, kids swimming pool, the saltwater swimming pool, is the longest saltwater pool, so you can do laps. I'm unsure how long it is, maybe 50 meters or something like that, maybe even 100. I'm unsure. It's quite large though. They just recently renovated it, so it's absolutely beautiful. And they upgraded a lot of the filter systems there and the heater system, so the water's really warm. Apparently the water in the pool right now is 25 degrees, so it's as hot as the air temperature as it is in the water at Kit's pool. Kitsilano Beach is absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend it. Most of the players that come here, I would say 70% are intermediate level players. There are beginners, you know, they do play sixes here, and yet the vast majority of the players that I come to see here are more intermediate level. So it's mostly 2-on-2. You know, maybe 25% of the time are 6-on-6 or 4s, so most of the time it's 2s. I'll show you the sand here. The sand is absolutely beautiful. It's really, it's the perfect sand. It's fine enough and yet not so fine that it packs. It does not bind. Even when it's wet, it doesn't bind that much. So, you know, it makes for a really nice playable sand. And every year, the city brings their machine here that cleans the sand before the big tournaments that come here. There's a lot of huge tournaments that happen here at Kitsilano. There's the Vancouver Open, there's Kits Fest, there's leagues that happen here. So it's in the city's best interest to make sure that this beach is absolutely impeccable so that it's safe for all the players. And we do get international level, Olympian level players coming here to play at the Vancouver Open. And those events usually draw from all over the world. People from the US and Europe, South America come here to battle it out right here at Kitsilano. It is one of the largest, I believe actually it's the largest open beach volleyball tournament in Canada. It happens right here in Kitsilano Beach in Vancouver. The lifeguard station is very helpful. So if you're playing volleyball and, you know, something happens, you get a cut or bruise or whatever, they have ice packs there. They have Band-Aid first aid kit there. They also have lost and found there if you lost something, so you feel free to go there, and they're very helpful there. I think there's an outdoor shower as well there, so if you swim in the salt water and you want to get all the salt off, there's an outdoor shower area just to rinse off. There is male and female bathroom, both are wheelchair accessible, and there's also a change room attached to each of the bathrooms. So there's a male change room and there's a female change room. There's also a cafeteria there, so you can order food if you didn't bring any food here. There's also a restaurant on top. Sometimes when I come here early, I'll go upstairs, have a snack, have a coffee, and just work there with this gorgeous view. It's absolutely beautiful here. Kitsilano is my favorite beach here in Vancouver because of all the reasons that I just mentioned. Beautiful sand, lots of activities to do here. People come here on this sidewalk here and rollerblade, bike, and jog, and just go for a stroll, skateboard. It's absolutely fantastic. This here, if you take this all the way around, I think it'll take you to Granville Island. And then after that, if you continue on, it'll take you to Olympic Village, where Science World is. And from there, you can wrap around False Creek all the way to downtown English Bay and Stanley Park. This is all part of the seawall system. If you're an intermediate level player and want to take on Vancouver's top volleyball players, be sure to come here at Kitsilano Beach on Arbutus in Cornwall and enjoy this mecca of volleyball right here in Vancouver.